guys, on the way out to the island today to try a new meal that I just thought of the other day. Been out, well, just foraging. I've about collected all the little limbs in my area around the camp, so on my walk in now, I try to grab some on the way. But that should be enough because I'm cooking on my little stove today. I'm going to tie this all together with this young sweet gum limb here. I don't know if you know, but sweet gum's pretty flexible, pretty good at tying like little bundles of twigs together. You don't have to take the leaves off, obviously. I just choose to. All right, made it to camp. Fall is finally in the air, even though it's going to be about 75 today. Leaves are slowly starting to change, but we had 2 days of really heavy rain. I mean, like a torrential downpour. The other night, it rained for like 2 hours straight, and it just really came down. So on my way in, I collected what I could. Like I said, I got this bundle of twigs, and I found some tulip poplar branch that was up in a limb, and some oak that was up off the ground. And they'd been there for a while, so they're nice and dry. So I shouldn't have any problem. Also, I've got oak here left over. This entire thing here is oak that we've been using for years. It's a little too rotten on this side. And then I've got another poplar branch here that I left propped up, so it should be nice and dry inside. Alright, so here's the idea for the meal. Thanksgiving, I always like the idea of a dish called oyster dressing, or some people make oyster stuffing depending on which part of the country you're from. We do dressing in the South, but I don't know. I don't eat shellfish though, and so, but I've always wanted to try just that taste because I love a fish taste. So I got the idea to use mackerel uh, instead of oysters, and I don't eat a whole lot of butter because I'm lactose intolerant. So this calls for 4 tablespoons of butter, but I'm going to use the olive oil in here to pour it in there instead. And that should really impart a good strong fish taste to it. Not that mackerel's a strong fish, mind you. This is stovetop stuffing. You can't buy instant dressing that I'm aware of anywhere in the South or anywhere in the world for that matter. But I always take it out of the box and write the directions on here. So I got me a large tea making over here on the butterfly stove. Just doing nice. Yep. So I'm going to let that brew, and then I'm going to take it off and put some sugar in it, and then while that's cooling, we'll get this together. See how it goes. Alright, so got my materials collected. Got my stove, got the food, got my twigs that I collected on the way in. And I always like to, when I use a stove like this, I like to use a little bark kind of as a raft. And I'm just using, whenever my espit runs out, like when my water starts boiling, I just save the extra ones, throw them back in a bag. All this stuff is still damp a little bit. Which isn't going to take much to get this going, because it's, or get it boiling. It's only 1.5 cups of water. So I could probably go ahead and put it on. Now, once this gets warm, I'm going to open the mackerel and pour the oil in it. And then what I was thinking about doing is, I brought my titanium plate, just spooning about half of it out on here and then mixing mackerel with it. But we'll see. Alright, bring it back when it's boiling. Set down, put a few twigs in it, and it came to a boil. Yeah. I'm hoping that this olive oil, it'll absorb the flavor. Oh yeah, I can smell it. I really think this is going to be good. Then it says to remove it and then let it sit for about 5 minutes. Okay, it says let it sit 5 minutes and then fluff with a fork. I don't have a fork, so I think I'm gonna go cut me a sweet gum limb or a beech limb, and I will bring you back in about 5 minutes. Alright, so it's been 5 minutes. See if you guys can see what it looks like before I add it. That's way too much for one person, so I'm gonna dish it out. Put the rest of that oil in there. Well, crap. Smoke got my eyes and I dropped that. Let's check it. A little bit right there. There we go. Now for the big taste test. Okay. Seriously, guys, that is really, really good. I think this is definitely something I'll be doing in the future, especially if you're backpacking or hiking with a friend. I mean, this was like really quick. I mean, that just took maybe 10 minutes to whip together, maybe 15, including collecting everything, 20 minutes tops. But that is really, really good. So I'm going to go get my tea and enjoy this. And if anything else happens, I will bring you back. All right, so just a little advice just from experience I've had over the years. When you're hiking, backpacking, going out for the day, if you're going to be around water, you can carry, like, at least in America, Dawn dishwashing detergent. And even if you have to use cold water, it will still get the grease out. And you saw the olive oil that was in the fish, and it would get everything greasy. But you can just get some water on the side and use, and that's my kitchen when I'm carrying anodized aluminum, like my Morris pot. If I'm carrying stainless steel, I've got a different scrubber. But I always carry a little bottle of Dawn. Like I said, when I'm carrying real food. Now, if we're covering miles and I'm just carrying freeze dried food, I don't even bother because I'm just boiling water and making tea. But so I've got a question. You guys that camp, hike, backpack, whatever, and you're not around water, but you're cooking real food, what do you do with your pots and pans to stop the grease from getting on everything? Do you carry extra water? I know when I'm away from it, I use dirt. And you've probably seen me use dirt in some of my other videos if you watch them. And just clean it out. But you have to make sure you kind of sanitize a little bit over a fire once you get to camp and everything. But dirt will scour your pans very well. But anyway, leave me a comment below and let me know what you guys do. I think under certain circumstances I would carry a large Ziploc bag, or almost like the odor-proof bear bag, to put my stuff in. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys do if you don't mind.